WIFO FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by First Southern Bank, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial.
Hi, I'm Mandy Yeomans.
And I'm Raymond Brown with First Southern Bank. As your locally owned community bank, we're here to help our community grow. Our customers are why we are here. You can tell we want your business.
We offer all types of deposit products, personal and business. We have fast, efficient service, and yes, we have online banking too. I'm sure we have an account to fit your needs. Stop by or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings in Wayne County is a popular thing to dine in or take out for one delicious meal, and with the low great prices, it's simply a steal. Famous for the variety of sauces, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. When it's time to eat lunch or dinner, Damon's Restaurant the place to go. Located in the middle of town on West Cherry Street, yes, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings simply can't be beat. So next time you're hungry and looking for a great meal, head to Damon's Restaurant and enjoy a great deal. The number to call is easy, 588-WING, 588-9464, the real thing. Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings. Those chicken wings are a very popular thing.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
Most people understand the need for life insurance, but not many want to talk about why it's essential to your financial plan. It may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Don't get overwhelmed. Get started with Country Financial. Call me, Sean O'Quinn, today at 588-1051 and let me work with you to find life insurance that gives you the protection you need at a price you can afford.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. And Bob, on the phone with us right now is State Representative Stephen Meeks from his farm here in Wayne County.
It's Mondays with Meeks. Stephen, how you doing today?
A great weekend.
Yep, it's qualifying today, so I know you're qualifying, right? You're running on the ballot.
Yes, sir. It's qualifying week, so we'll have lots of folks in Atlanta this week qualifying. It's Friday at lunch. Starts this morning, so we look forward to doing that later this week. And it's an honor and a privilege to serve my home community and surrounding counties, and look forward to doing that in the future.
As I mentioned, it's hard to hard to run when you're up there in Atlanta, getting everything ready for the legislative session. So how do you balance that out there politicking when you're not in Atlanta and while you're in Atlanta doing the business of the people for the state of Georgia?
Well, it's a delicate balance between obviously a career and representing the people of the 178th district. And thanks to my wife Joy for keeping things running at home. We've got great folks here at the farm with our employees that keep the farm going while I'm away and able to be in Atlanta and stay in touch, during the week and get things done both here for the career and farming and as well as politics. It's sold as a part-time occupation, a part-time job, but it's actually a full-time year-round. Whenever you represent the people, that clock doesn't stop whenever we adjourn. So but it's a delicate balance, and with good people here at the farm and some good help in Atlanta, we're able to get things done. I just appreciate everybody helping me do that.
If just joining us, Stephen Meeks on the phone, Representative Stephen Meeks, Mondays with Meeks. Bring us up to date. What's on the agenda for this week up there at the session?
Let me back up to last week. We had a couple of bills that some of the listeners may have read about. I know the Right to Farm bill was circulated across social media and in the media, and that became a target for some groups to think that we were trying to recruit confined animal feeding operations to our state. And just for the listeners, that certainly was not the intent of that bill. due to some litigation in some other states and some definitions within the law, we felt like it was needed that we take a look at that and make some adjustments to that to protect, obviously, ourselves as well as the neighbors that we farm around. I've told my chairman and others in Atlanta that we're one big community. We live and farm and work around each other, and it's important to realize that what we're doing around our neighbors is important to remember, and that we are good neighbors as we continue to try to do here in Wayne County and for other growers across the state. So we did get that done. One other interesting piece of legislation that I didn't really know much about that we got into this year was the consumption of raw milk. And although it is currently illegal in Georgia to do so, apparently we have some opportunities for consumers to purchase pet milk and then are consuming it in that manner, mostly goat milk. So we did, Chairman Clay Purkle from over in Turner County in Ashburn, Georgia, farmer from over there, worked very diligently on a piece of legislation that gives consumers the opportunity to consume raw milk, should that be what they would like to do. So we got that passed last week, and then one that y'all heard me talk about before, we're commonly referred to as the Call Before You Dig law, that protects the underground infrastructure of businesses around the state, and whether it's gas lines or electrical lines, the 811. We had a couple of issues with that was very important to work through for contractors as well as cities and municipalities, so we were able to get that done after a 2-year debate and working it out amongst the industry and all the interested industries and organizations. So I had to get that done last week, so we look forward to continuing this week with some other things. We've got one piece of legislation coming up this week that I'm carrying for the governor, which has to do with the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, commonly referred to as WOA, which is a 4-title federal funding program, and 2 of those titles currently exist, the funding within the TCSG, the Technical College System of Georgia, and what we're doing in this piece of legislation is moving the 3rd title from the Department of Labor to Technical College System of Georgia. And the reason we're doing that is they're offering duplicative services within the Department of Labor Employment Services program, and TCSG is in a great position to help unemployed Georgians, number one, find employment and help them get the necessary training for those potential jobs in the community. So we'll be getting that out of Rules Committee hopefully tomorrow, and it'll be on the floor later this week. So we got another full week ahead.
Well, so far the session's been good for Wayne County. Like I said, we got that water and sewer money. The broadband continues. What other money and benefits are we going to get from the session?
Well, we anticipate as we move forward there'll be hopefully some other things within the appropriations bill that members of the community have talked to us about, and working one way or another. It's a great working relationship between Chairman Werkheiser and Chairman Blake Tillery and myself, that we all work together to bring things and address issues within the community. So we have a great working relationship, and with 3 of us working on them, we're grateful that we're able to achieve what we're able to do for our community in terms of funding and projects. And the infrastructure money was a huge win for Wayne County, and I know that that money will be put to good use and helping to develop and to attract businesses to our community, which creates jobs and creates tax revenue, etc. So look forward to doing that and working through the appropriations bill. I anticipate that we may see the amended budget this week. I don't know that for sure yet, but I know that the chairman was working through the weekend trying to finalize the amended budget. So we may see it this week as we move forward.
And how many weeks we have left? Is the session winding? I mean, we're the halfway point's already passed. Is that correct?
Right. March 15th is crossover day, so next week will be crossover day with Sunny Die on April the 4th. So we're winding them down pretty quick.
Is there any big debates coming up. Is the budget going to be debated, or is it going to be passed pretty,
Oh, yes. We'll debate it, but it'll be passed. It shouldn't be too controversial. There's always an item or two in there that will bring some debate, usually on health care and where we're spending some of our monies. But we'll get that passed. It'll be debated, but it won't be. I can't foresee it not passing.
What other controversial bills will we see debated?
Well, there's always the gambling bill that'll rear its head as we get closer to crossover day and/or signing day. We anticipate some form of that coming back. We don't know exactly what yet. I've heard differing opinions on whether it'll be just an outright lifting on the ban for gaming to a constitutional amendment voted on by the voters. So we don't know where it'll go yet. Haven't had a lot of conversation, but we anticipate as we get closer to the crossover day that it'll be there. So those are the big ones that we will see. We do have a reduction in tax revenue rate coming. Chairman Shaw Blackman from Ways and Means Committee dropped that bill, I believe, last week. So we should see a reduction in our tax rate again for this session coming through over the next several days as we get closer to crossover day.
I've read a lot about what's being taught in classrooms. That's being discussed. Also, some transparency. What's being taught and what all's taking place there. What are you hearing about all that legislation?
Well, we have a bill that we passed last week, which was HB 1084, that protects kids from some of the language and the thought processes that's being ingrained in some of the school systems across our state. We're seeing evidence, particularly across the metro Atlanta area, on how some topics are being taught. And so we did pass HB 1084 last week, which seeks to address that issue and look at items that are being taught, but really focusing on the lens through which they are being presented to kids in the school system. So we got that bill passed last week. Sure did.
Yeah, we ask you all the time what's on the mind of the constituents. Are you hearing from many of your constituents? And you always give your information that you always accessible. So what are you hearing from the constituents here in this area? What's on their minds? It changes from day to day, week to week, as we're particularly during the legislative session. Certainly appreciate the communication from constituents with opinions on pieces of legislation that may be forthcoming and the opportunity to respond to those. So that's what it is right now. A lot of it has been over constitutional carry within the debate within the General Assembly, and of course we always get emails and opportunities to reduce taxes in the state of Georgia, and a host of things. We had a lot of them on the Right to Farm bill, and a lot of that was being generated from outside organizations that had a differing opinion of what we were trying to do. But certainly appreciate the opportunity to hear from constituents and respond. As always, my office number is 404-651-7737. Email address is stephen.meeks@house.ga.gov. And as my cell number remains the same at 912-207-0813. As we mentioned, it's qualified day. Where do you have to qualify, in Atlanta?
Yes, qualified is in Atlanta. They have two rooms set up there in the Capitol for members of the General Assembly, statewide offices, and the federal offices to qualify. They're on the second floor of the Capitol, so it'll be a busy week of folks coming in there and qualifying for respective offices that they're seeking.
And when are those election dates? They have a primary. I guess they do have a primary, right?
You get a primary, and the date of the primary is escaping me at the moment. But we'll be qualifying for the primary, and then moving forward from there. I'll try to look that up. It's escaping me at the moment on what day the primary is.
No problem. We can get that from Tammy today, I'm sure. But anyway, we appreciate you being here on Mondays with Meeks. And when are you headed back to Atlanta tomorrow?
either late this afternoon or early in the morning, one of the two. We have an 8 o'clock committee meeting there at the Capitol, so I'll may leave early in the morning and get there by 8 o'clock. But anyway, we certainly appreciate the opportunity to be with you guys every week. It's one of my highlights for the week.
Well, always good to talk to you. Like I said, stay safe. Safe travels to and from Atlanta. And like I said, the session will be winding down quickly. Looking forward to talking to Blake tomorrow, see what the budget situation is. And like I said, we wish you the best of luck and appreciate you keeping us up to date on what's taking place at the legislative session.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Stephen. All right, State Representative Stephen Meeks here, Mondays with Meeks here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. And we have 14 minutes after 8 o'clock on Monday morning, and it is the 7th day of March. And let's get that hung up there. There we go. Just one more month of the session, Bob. It's 4 more weeks left, yeah.
All those guys got to qualify. Like I said, they're running for re-election, so it's a big election year. You've got qualifying today for county commission and school board races. It starts at 9 o'clock today at the probate office, so we'll be down there. I think 4 or 5 people said they're going to be there at 9 o'clock. They're registered, so bring those interviews to you this week here on the local news and let you know who all's running for those positions.
So if folks are going to be lined up to run for a county
commission and school board.
So may I see some new faces running for election this year?
I know there's several new candidates on the school board. I mean, Tina Mosley's running, Todd Wise is running, Nick Ellis, the chairman's running, Bruce Harris is running.
Okay.
I hadn't heard about Ray or Joe, or I'm sure Sharon Daniels is running, but on the county board, it's going to be interesting to use. I'm not sure if Mike's running, not sure if Herschel's running.
We'll find out today, right?
Find out this week.
This week. Yeah, this whole week.
They got till Thursday to qualify.
Through Thursday to qualify.
Through Thursday. So
okay.
Be interesting. But we'll be there this morning at 9 o'clock because I know 4 or 5 are going to be there qualifying at 9 a.m.
Okay.
So, and we still got the special election taking place, and it's a turtle's pace, 119, with 1 week to go, with 3,599 registered voters. So it looks like less than 300, 400 people are going to decide this county commission seat in District 5. It's kind of sad.
If you take it in the past, about 50% beforehand and 50% on the day, which lately it's been more than 50% 3 weeks in advance.
Lately it's been 70% early vote and 30%.
So you may have less than 500 folks decide the county commission for that District 5 out of 3,000-something registered voters.
The way it's going now, you're going to have less than 300.
Yeah,
they're going to be lucky to get to 150 by the end of the week.
Okay. Well, whoever wins will be county commission, but they'll have to run for that re-election again in November. Now, how does that work? I wonder then, how does a person qualify for that position to run for county commission in November if they don't run now? Do you know when that qualifying is going to be?
I have to ask Tammy.
He's going to ask Tammy and find out when that's going to be, because whoever voted in between the two ladies, they're just filling out a term until the general election in November. And then there's someone or ones could also run at that time, but they'd have to do it at least, I would think, 3 months in advance, or at least 2 months in advance, or something like that. I don't know, but I'm sure that you'll let us know, Bob,
as soon as I find out.
All right. Okay, and then of course, as you were talking over with State Representative Stephen Meeks, the primaries will be coming up sometime May, I think, somewhere along in there. You'll find out the exact date on that. That's when the Republicans decide who they want to run in the general election. The Democrats will decide who they want to run in the general election, which will be in November.
The county commissioners have to run on party. The school boards are nonpartisan races. So
right.
So if you qualify today for a county commission, you have to decide if you're going to run on the Democratic or Republican ticket. So
right.
They do have a primary in that race, but the school board race goes straight to November. It's nonpartisan. So.
Okay. Sounds good.
But all representatives are seeking re-election. Like I said, Stephen's got to qualify. Bill Workhouse got to qualify. Blake's got to qualify. I'm not sure if they have opposition. I think Stephen has opposition, but I don't know who that person is. Haven't heard who it is. But,
don't know. But we'll find out.
But there's all kinds of people running. But
We have no idea who they are.
Okay. Everybody's just kind of keeping quiet on it, huh? But we'll find out this week. This is the week they got to register. By the end of the week, by Friday, we'll know it all. We'll know it all by Friday.
The slate will be full by Thursday. Thursday at 5.
Thursday, that's right. Because you'll have it on the local news on Friday morning. Wayne County baseball this afternoon at Howard Bo Warren Field, right?
Yep, another good baseball team coming in, Savannah Christian. So it doesn't get it easier. And Appleton comes in Friday. That's the schedule for the week for the varsity. It's a Monday-Friday week. Monday tonight against Savannah Christian. Friday night home against Appleton County, which should be fun. So Pierce County, excellent team. 7 seniors, they're loaded. So had a tough time, but just kind of find a pitcher throw strikes in that one inning. 4 different pitchers. Walk, hit batter, walk, hit batter, walk. I mean, wasn't good.
So there's a lot of bruises out there, huh?
Wasn't good.
So you're saying that Pierce County had a lot of bruised players?
We hit several, but I don't think they were bruised. But like I said, we just couldn't find the strike zone that inning. So it was kind of frustrating. 4 different pitchers kind of throw strikes. So.
And that's been such our strength the last several years is pitching. I mean, that's really been our strength. Yeah. The hitting we've been, had some problems with in the years past, but pitching's always been ace on. But we'll see what happens today. Savannah Christian coming, get out there and support the Wayne County varsity baseball team out there at the Howard Bo Warren Field. And if for some reason you can't make it, Bob Morgan will have play-by-play action for you right here on 105.5 FM and around the world on our website. Just go to bigdogcountry.com and click on live stream, and you can listen to it anywhere.
We get a win tonight, win Friday, get this thing turned around. As the region schedule still a couple weeks away, so be interested how we do against this region competition.
Yeah. You talked about in sports there where the players and the owners in baseball are still, quite a bit apart in the negotiations, and one of the things you mentioned was the owners want to put in robo refs in a sense, let the computer let the
computer decide balls and strikes,
all that kind of stuff. Now we're just talking about balls and strikes, right? Because you can't do it you wouldn't be able to do it out there in the field.
Well, they got video and everything.
Now video, but you still have the human element in video, like football.
No, first and second base. I mean, everything will be decided by a computer. They're going to get rid of all the umpires.
All of them?
They're gone. Yep.
You got to have one out there to make final decisions, don't you?
Everything's video. Just like go to the video. They go to the video replay now. So
I know, but
the owners want the umpires out. Players want the umpires in. Heard it last night on AM 1370. They go to video. If they play it first, you just check the video. Play it second, check the video. Play it third, check the video. Foul ball, fair ball. Check the video.
So,
everything's going to be decided by video.
Football implemented all the cameras and everything like that and replays, but they still have the human element in there. Are you saying that they want to take out all the human element?
All the human element out. That's what I'm telling you.
I knew they wanted to do it on the balls and strikes, but I didn't know they wanted to do it in the field.
They want the umpires out altogether. They don't want to pay no umpires.
Now, why does the players still want them in there? Wouldn't they want the most accurate information? That's what you think you'd want the players to say. You think it'd be the other way around, but of course, the owners don't want to have to pay the umpires and stuff like that.
I think the players
so I understand that.
I think the players just like arguing with the umpires.
Having the managers go out there and kick dirt on them,
It was just an interesting conversation last night. Listen to AM 1370. That was the story. The story was that one of the sticking points is the owners are pushing everything computerized, get rid of the umpires, and the players are saying don't need to do that just yet.
You know how many times the players said they get robbed? That was a strike, that was a ball, I was safe, he was out. Take away all that and just get it accurate.
I just can't believe that's the issue. They got more important issues. I mean, let's get the season going. Can we stop arguing about money? The minimum salary is still a big sticking point. I mean, they moved a little bit on it, but they haven't moved where the players want.
But see, that doesn't affect any of the players right now. They're trying to protect future players coming in. So these players right now are willing to give up paychecks to get future players have a bigger minimum wage when they come in.
It's just sad. Opening day is going to be, if they don't reach an agreement today, no telling what's going to happen.
Yeah.
To me, it just turns fans off. The more they argue, the more people are like, don't need it. I watch college baseball, high school baseball.
Well, we'll see what happens with it. This happens ever so often in a lot of the leagues. They get to the point where the owners want one thing and the players want the other, and so they have to sit there and negotiate on it. It's been a while since there have been a delay of the season for baseball, but I've seen it happen, I think, at least 3 times in the last 30 years.
It'll be sad, but it is what it is.
Yep, it is what it is.
The only good thing about it keeps Freddie Freeman in Atlanta because he can't go anywhere. He can't go anywhere until the lockout's over. They can't negotiate anything.
Well, maybe they can compromise on the robo thing by doing the balls and the strikes. You know, at least see, that's where I really thought they were going to do it. Right there was, because that is really a human element situation there, because it's according to what kind of ref you get behind there, ump you get behind there, what his mood is that day. Was it going to be a big strike zone, small strike zone, little left, little right, where if you had it all just computerized, then already on the screen they put the strike zone, that little rectangle on there, and you get to see whether that ball's in there or out based on what it's supposed to be.
It's sad that high schools can't afford computerized, because I'd vote for that tomorrow.
No, they can't afford that.
As bad as the officiating's been this year, we need a robot umpire at all these high school games.
Yeah,
but unfortunately,
there's a difference between the pay and the training when it comes to high school and pro. Big difference.
I think it's more important for the high school.
You think it's more important for high school? Nah.
Yeah, those professional umpires, they're pretty good.
Yeah. Well, they get a lot of training. Yeah, that's just as you well know. You've been a ref or not. You've been an ump before. Sometimes that you think you've got it called right, and you find out you didn't have it called right because your brain wandered for a moment, or your eyes saw one thing, but the reality was something else.
I still like that umpire's excuse up there in North Oconee. He blinked.
He blinked. How long does it take you to blink?
That's what he told Miles. Miles says, explain that call. I might have blinked and missed it. That's what he told him. Might have blinked.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy. Crazy stuff. Saw the Batman movie over the weekend. It's a pretty good movie.
Pretty good Batman.
Yeah, it's long.
It's long, huh?
It's pretty good. I think it's almost close to 3 hours long.
Okay.
But
so
it was good.
2 thumbs up on the new Batman movie.
I'll give it
Bob.
I won't give it 2 thumbs up. I'll give it 1 thumb.
One thumb up.
It wasn't. It was kind of dark and kind of crazy. It was just it's a weird plot. It was interesting. I'll say that. Well,
Batman, they've been, as the times go by, they've got more darker with it, because, you think of the story. Here's a kid who watched his parents get killed, and then he as a kid, he falls into that well thing, and the bats come all around him and stuff like that, and then he's got this big complex underground where he goes out there and puts things together, go fight crime. He's a pretty dark character.
I missed Robin. Robin wasn't nowhere to be found.
No, Robin hadn't been around a while, has he?
That's his sidekick. I
That's
like the cartoons.
No more sidekick?
Yeah, it's Batman and Robin. Come on, what's the deal? Robin got totally dissed in this movie. He's not even mentioned.
No Robin at all.
Nowhere to be found. So
who's the bad guys in this one?
Let's see.
You got
the Riddler is the bad guy. The Riddler's the bad guy.
He's the main bad guy.
The Penguin's there.
The Penguin's there too.
No sign of the Joker. The Joker wasn't there.
Well, we've had the Joker the last few ones. So.
Catwoman's kind of his ally in this movie.
Oh, she is. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the Batman and the Catwoman kind of.
So the Riddler and the Penguin. It's amazing how they stick to these bad guys that they've had in there ever since the 60s.
I guess the Joker got kicked out because he got his own movie. Remember the Joker movie?
Oh yeah, well he's been the bad guy in the last several ones. So you come in with
no Joker in this movie. The Riddler and the Penguin are the 2 bad guys.
All right, the 2 bad guys taking on Batman and Catwoman.
Yeah.
All right,
but I enjoyed it.
Did he have any really cool gadgets this time that we hadn't seen before on Batman? No new cool gadgets or vehicles or anything? No. He always has cool gadgets.
Well, no gadgets. He just beats up a lot of people. He's a bad man in this movie.
He's a bad man, huh? He's a bad Batman.
You can't kill him with bullets.
Yeah, he's a bad Batman.
I think he got shot like 20 times. He still gets up.
Oh, he's got a bulletproof
I don't know what it is.
Costume now, huh?
I don't know what it is, but
uniform, whatever you want to call it.
They can't shoot him and kill him.
All right, well,
there's no killing the Batman in this movie.
Okay, well, 1 thumb up for new Batman. Go and see it at the local theater here, Strand or Drive. Yeah. Okay.
It was a pretty good crowd too. Good crowd for the movie, but I didn't realize it was 3 hours long.
Yeah,
that's a long flick.
That's long. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to sit through those long ones like that when you're sitting there with a 32-ounce cup of soft drink or tea or something like that.
I was just ready for it to end. I was like, is it over?
Yeah, is it over?
Let's go. Let's get to the end.
Ready for this thing to be over?
Yeah, I was ready for it to be over because it just wasn't what I thought, but it is all right.
Okay.
Not the best movie in the world, but it
Not
was
the worst either.
It was yeah.
Well, people go to themselves and go decide themselves whether they like it or not, because it's the way movies are. Some people like them, some people don't. But people love the Batman series, no matter who the directors are and the actors and so forth. Brand new actor this time for Batman, and so it'll be interesting, how it all turns out. All right. Anything else on your mind this morning, Bob?
No, just high school baseball. Looking forward to a big win. Like I said, it should be a good game. Another good baseball team coming in. Private school, Savannah Christian, pretty good baseball team. So.
6 o'clock at Howard Bo Warren today.
Yep.
All right, Bob. Have a good day. All right, the world famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by First Southern Bank, by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial.